Hello everybody, and welcome back to a brand new Star Wars Battlefront news video. Besides the beta videos, I wasn't expecting this to happen, but today we got some news. I have news covering three things. The game mode Droid Run, the game mode Cargo, and information on the Season Pass. So let's get into it. So, they're excited to announce the Star Wars Battlefront Season Pass. Extends the beta, or not extends the beta, sorry. Extends the game with 4 expansion packs coming at a later date, filled with new content that will take you to new locations across a galaxy far, far away. Star Wars Battlefront Season Pass owners will also secure 2 weeks early access to each expansion pack and an exclusive Shoot First emote, which that doesn't really matter to me because I don't use emotes. But the early access is obviously something we've seen similar with BF3 and BF4. It's something really new. Dice has always had that. But in addition to the Battlefront Season Pass, they're also excited to reveal the Star Wars Battlefront Ultimate Edition, which includes all the content available in the Battlefront Deluxe Edition, but the only difference is it includes the full Season Pass. So you're pretty much buying the Deluxe Edition plus the Season Pass. It's literally the only difference. There's nothing special in the Ultimate Edition that's not in the Deluxe Edition besides the addition of the Season Pass. But yeah, that's not all we got though. We have information on Droid Run. So, what is Droid Run, you might ask? Well, Droid Run, it says, the GNK has become somewhat of a DICE favorite. We love that little guy, which is a robot. We even designed a dynamically animated antenna for it, so when you're chasing it around in Droid Run, shoot at it and see what happens. And that was a quote from lead level designer Dennis Brandval. Many of the people enjoy Droid Run. In one of the more unpredictable and fast game modes for Star Wars Battlefront, you'll fight over control over these mischievous pieces of metal against your rebel or Imperial enemies, Brandval explains. He says, there are 3 active objectives on the map that you need to control. These aren't just any objectives. What you need to get a hold of are 3 different GNK droids. What's particularly charming with these is that they're all moving and have to be caught before the capture process can start. This creates a more dynamic and actually full experience. So, in tight and fast 6v6 12 players matches, your objective is to capture and hold all 3 droids before the 10-minute time limit is up. You'll get help from weapon pickups, but heroes, villains, and vehicles won't be joining the run. So this is similar to Drop Zone. This is all players and droids. No heroes, vehicles, or villains involved. Communication is vital, so let your teammates know if you've spotted a droid somewhere, how to find it, and if there are enemies forces nearby. So we have to capture these droids, but they're moving around, which is going to be kind of interesting. The strategies used are somewhat different than, for instance, Cargo, where positions are more strict, Brandval explained. You can choose a slower explosive playstyle by equipping thermal detonators and cycler rifles, which is my favorite. But your team can also embrace the dynamic, chaotic nature of the game mode and equip jump packs to get around the map and chase the droids as fast as possible. The Droid Run maps are designed to be quite small to ensure a high tempo and player count, as well as Battlefront game modes. There are map variations for you to enjoy, and the maps include Tatooine, Endor, Hoth, Stellust, and in December, Jakku. So, personally, I've had many great sessions playing Droid Run on the Ice Caves map on Hoth, says Brandval. Gameplay-wise, there's a lot going on. One moment you're fighting on such areas such as a rebel encampment with a tarp-covered X-Wing nearby. Minutes later, you're chasing droids in maze-like Wampa Caves. Hearing that gonk sound effect echoing behind the icy walls is both funny and a great clue on where you should be healing. So if you want fast action and a perfect mode for a small, tight team, Droid Run will be a great fit. Read up on the other game modes and be prepared for Star Wars Battlefront when it launches on November 17th. But again, that's not all. We also have information on Cargo. So they're going all out today, guys, with this. And there will be more after that, too. So Cargo. It's a classic twist. Or not classic twist, I worded that wrong. It's a twist on a classic Battlefield game mode, I'm guessing. We're going to find out here what they mean by that. So it says, Rebels and Imperials are fighting over precious cargo, and it's up to your team to outwit the opposition with both offensive and defensive tactics. Our lead-level designer Dennis Brandval takes you through a classic game mode with a tug-of-war style spin, Cargo. Star Wars Battlefront has many new and unique game modes that our fans really haven't seen before, but cargo is about to be something different. So moving on, he says, this is how it works. Rebels and Imperials both have a base on the map where variable cargo is stored. Your objective is to run into the enemy base, pick up the cargo, and return it to your home base. It's a classic concept, but we've added one twist. You don't need to have your own cargo in your base in order to bring back the cargo you've taken from your enemies. This creates a tug-of-war experience, where you simply need to collect as much as cargo as possible. So, what's creepy is that it says you don't need to have cargo in your base in order to bring back the cargo you've taken from your enemies. So, what they're saying is, instead of going to capture cargo, like let's say you have no cargo in your base, and instead of going to capture from where it has to come from, it sounds like you're going to be capturing cargo from either base and bring it back. So it's sort of like capture the flag, but there's no flag. That's the best explanation I can use for it. This is going to be interesting. Scoring works a bit different thanks to design. At the beginning of the match, the score is 5-5. If you get hold of cargo crate, your team will take the lead with 6-4. And the rest of the match will fluctuate like that. If you're in the lead when the 15-minute round is over, you'll win. The reason behind this tweak, in old school capture the flag modes, like I said, capture the flag, it sounds similar to that. A lot of action centered around grabbing the enemy flag and running away to hide. Since the enemy could not capture unless their flag was in their base, this resulted in home bases that were rarely defended since most action took place in the center of the map. For cargo, we want players to focus on both bases and establishing two very different gameplay roles, the attacker and the defender. There are several tools to help you perfect these two distinct plays. If you like smoke grenades and jump packs, you'll be a great attacker in cargo, and you can play defense. You can equip things like the proximity bomb and barrage. Defenders can also man the stationary E-web turrets when or close to the base for extra defensive power. Cargo is up to 6v6 matches. It creates a well-functioning mode and tailors to maps designed currently to it. The one map I'd like to highlight is Rebel Depot on Tatooine. I can't say that for the life of me. So we have the Rebel Depot on Tatooine will be a cargo map game mode type thing. They go on to say that they enjoyed making the game mode. And they said, gameplay-wise, interesting how the Millennium Falcon, somewhat covered in Tatooine dust, works as a tactical center that is important to control. So it's something the Millennium Falcon is going to be on a spot where it's going to be landed in Tatooine, covered in dust, obviously, and then you're going to be able to play around it. So use your jump pack to get on top of it and put some pressure on the enemy. The reward comes with a high risk, though, so watch out for enemies flanking you. We really hope you enjoy the frantic gameplay of cargo, and we'll see you on the Battlefront when it launches on November 17th, but I'm going to say it again, that's not all. I have one more thing for you guys. It's been a long day, and I apologize for me babbling on. But we have a thing called Hero Hunt. It says, beat or become legends of Star Wars. Dennis Brable goes on to he talks quite a bit about how it's fascinating to watch people play as heroes and villains. But they bring us something different here. So it says, Hero Hunt begins with one player starting as either a hero or villain character, which would make sense. Depending on the planet you're playing on, the other 7 players spawn as troopers on the opposing side. Thus, a tense 7 versus 1 hunt begins. Should you deliver the killing blow on the current hero or villain, you take their place, spurred on by a short cinematic sequence as you respawn, like we've seen in multiplayer. The hunter, now the hunted. Your job is to defeat those in pursuit and survive as long as possible in the boots of Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker, Boba Fett, or which iconic character is based upon the predetermined order. Hero Hunt is one of our fantasy-filling game modes catering for those who want to divulge in epic, almost boss fight-like encounters with Battlefront. So what it's going to be like is you're going to have one player spawning in as a Jedi, or Boba Fett, or whoever they are, and you're going to have the players spawning in who have to take them out. The player who has the fortunate luck of taking the guy out will then respawn as that character or whatever one is in the rotation, and it'll start all over again. So it's sort of like hunt or hunted mode, if you can, put that in your mind. This sounds pretty interesting. And it says, speaking of strategy, it's a good idea to team up with someone close by when you notice hero villain on your radar. Knowing your enemy is crucial. If the current villain is someone like Boba Fett, you want to be in a more confined area where a jetpack won't be able to fly up in the air, which is smart. When Darth Vader is nearby in their hand, you don't want to encounter his crowd control skills, especially his ability to toss his lightsaber that can go through like 7 guys, and his force choke. Power card pickups are also important when playing Hero Hunt. Try deploying turrets or proximity bombs in strategic areas where the health boosts spawn for heroes and villains. And if you played the beta like I have, you know that turrets and proximity bombs do a massive amount of damage to the guy when you're playing against him. It can take down a good chunk of his health. And then the smart rockets absolutely do a lot. But yeah, and it's a great way to learn and get to know characters and the abilities. So yeah, guys, we learned a lot today. We learned about the ability to play cargo, Hero Hunt, Droid, as well as the Star Wars Battlefront Season Pass. Am I missing anything? As well as the Deluxe Edition. So, a lot of things in our plate today. But that's going to be all for today's video, guys. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. If you didn't enjoy the video, please say so in the comments, I really appreciated. I still have left for you guys the gameplay number 2 from Drop Zone, as well as my tips and tricks for both Drop Zone and Walker Assault, as well as my best class setup, just in general. And I apologize that I probably won't have time to get into a survival lobby and record. I'm going to try to tonight, but if I can't, I apologize, and there will be some survival up on my channel when the game launches. But yeah, hope you guys just enjoyed this intel drop from Star Wars Battlefront. I'll see you tomorrow with a brand new video, and have a great day.